Now, on some of the latest episodes you might be able to hear this sound. It's annoying, isn't it? Apparently my microphone and smartphone doesn't really like each other that much. Okay, so today's quick tip is not about the camera and the phone, but actually more about the phone. Just turn it off for good here. The beginning. Now I have a tendency to keep my phones for a long time. I mean a really long time compared to other people. I mean really, really, really long time compared to other people. So much that when I come into the store and show people my old phone to get a new one, they kind of laugh because the old one looks really outdated and ridiculous. The reason for me keeping my phone for so long is actually because I want a phone that's kind of sturdy, weather resistant and all that stuff. Not something that just breaks on impact. And that's partially because I want to bring my phone for the LARPs I'm participating in. Now, a lot of us LARPers probably don't own a car or need to get to a LARP not by driving themselves or other things. So a phone is a really good idea to have somebody to communicate with. Or just in case of emergency if somebody gets impaled on a tree. Therefore, having a phone that doesn't really break the first time somebody hits it is probably a good idea and probably something you should think about when you go out and buy a phone. Now I know from personal bit experience that having a phone that's kind of resistant is a good idea. So my first cell phone was an Alcatel. You know, the ones with antenna on and everything. Yeah, it looks kind of like a kid's play toy. We had those back in the day. That was smashed by a LARP sword. Now it was hit pretty directly and pretty hard, so I don't blame anybody from smashing the thing. And it resulted in me getting the most sturdy phone ever, you know, the Nokia thing that never breaks, that we can't have anymore because it's not a smartphone. Now I don't have these phones anymore, but I have my old smartphone, which is this thick thing here. Now, of course it's not as fancy as my new one, but it's still a little more sturdy. The backside of this is, it needs to be repaired, and by that I mean not by tape. Now the old phone I keep around for maybe when I go out to LARP I'll bring this. Just remember to put it on silent mode so you don't disturb the game or anything. If your phone is not on silent, I will personally come and kick your ass. I'm watching you. And if this old phone breaks, it's kind of not that big a deal because I still have my new phone. Now the quick tip of today, how could I summarize this? Armor up your phone and keep it on freaking silent mode. Or maybe save your old phone and use that. If you have the Nokia thing, oh my god, keep that thing, don't throw it out and use it for when you go LARPing. This phone is a little more fancy than this one or the old Nokia phone, but you're not really going to use all the functions in this when you go LARPing, are you? I mean, you are at a LARP, you're not, I don't know, playing Angry Birds. Just something to keep in mind. What do you do yourself? Do you armor up your iPhone if you have that? Or do you have a phone that you recommend for other people to use? Now, this is not supposed to turn into a commercial or anything, but if you have a phone that might be a bit more sturdy than most, then be sure to leave the name down below for it. I'd be happy to see if there's anything a little more sturdy than this glass backside, which has kind of been ruined like 3 times already. Phones for LARP, waterproof, dustproof, impact proof. If you can hit it with a sword, it's probably okay. If you can't hit it with a sword, well then you have a broken phone. Now remember, if you have a quick tip of any sorts, in-game, out-of-game, all that stuff, leave it down in the comments down below. Then we'll put it in a quick tip at some point somewhere here on the channel. That way you LARPers help us LARPers to spread the word to other LARPers and therefore expanding the world and advice of LARP. That was a lot of LARPs in one sentence. Going to see you next time, and I am of course going to remember to keep this phone off so it doesn't interfere with the microphone. Remember to keep your phone on silent when you LARP. Silent.